Hi guys, Brian from Boas here. If you've been following the channel, you know I had a really busy boa breeding season and I've got lots of really nice babies on the ground. The last few months I've been super busy getting them ready to go, getting them feeding and established and taking all the pictures just so that they're ready for their new homes. And so I'm happy to report that I have 5 more litters that are ready to go, including the Crawlkey Boas. This is actually the father of that litter. The Cockerkey, the Tarahimara, the Longecotta long-tail boa, and the second of 4 litters of Suriname true red tails I had this season. And so they're ready to go. If you're interested in possibly acquiring one of these boas, I'm going to say a little bit more about how you can acquire one at the end of the video. First, I want to show you some close-ups of some of the available babies. And I'm really happy and excited about these guys. I think they're really top-notch examples of the particular locality boas. First up, we have some baby Tarahimara Mountain dwarf boas available. I was lucky to get a small litter of these great dwarf boas. These are arguably the smallest type of locality boa, with the adults reaching lengths of about 3.5 to about 4.5 feet. And they have these beautiful dark colors. These Tarahimara also have lots of subtle shades of pinks and greens and even blues. They're just really beautiful looking animals, and they've gotten super popular the last couple years. Unfortunately, the supply has dried up. I wish I had a larger litter, but unfortunately my litter was only 6 babies. And I look at these as kind of like what happened with the Argentine boas a few years ago. You know, they went from being not that popular to being like super popular and really hard to get. So it seems like that's happened with the Tarahimara lately. These guys, similar to the Argentines, they have the dark colors and kind of a similar personality as well. Some people even think that these are kind of similar to what a dwarf Argentine would be. So really cool boa, the Tarahimara Mountain Dwarf Boa. Another dwarf locality boa available now are the Cockerkey Boas, like this one. And these are from a small island off of the coast of Belize, and they've evolved into this really small form in response to the limited food resources there. The adults are not that much bigger than the Tarahimara, with adults anywhere from the 4 to 5 foot range. Here's a really nice female from the litter. Some of them have more of a regular pattern, others have kind of aberrant looking saddles like this one, and some striping like this one has towards her tail. So depending on what look you like, we have several different types of, several different looks of Crawlkey Boa available. They're really all the same boa, just slightly different patterns. And there's a quick close-up of this beautiful Crawlkey dwarf boa from Belize. Another dwarf locality boa available now are these Cockerkey dwarf boas. And similar to the Crawlkey, these are a dwarf island form from a small island off the coast of Belize that evolved this small size. And these guys are about the same size as the Crawlkey, about 4 to 5 feet as adults. Overall, they're kind of similar to the Crawlkey, except they have darker colors and more regular pattern, as you can see in this example. This is actually the first year that I produced these Cockerkey Boas, and I'm super happy with this litter. Just really like these guys. You can see they have kind of darker saddles, and in general they're a little bit more stout than the Crawlkey. The Crawlkey is a little bit more slender overall, but it's a very relatively minor difference. But great dwarf boa, great for the locality collector or the Central American boa specialist. Next, we have some more really nice Suriname true red tails. This is my second of 4 litters. It was a really good year for me for Surinames. And this is a Prometheus bloodline litter. This bloodline is known for the really high contrast and lots of busy background markings. And of course the long red tail. I have quite a few really nice animals to choose from this litter. So if you've been looking for a top-notch example of a Suriname true red tail, look no further. Here's another baby from that same litter of Surinames. And as you can see, most of them have peak saddles. And this particular animal looks a little bit more colorful right now, with lots of purples and pinks, particularly in her sides. And there's a side shot. So they do change color somewhat from darker to lighter and the colors come out a little bit more when they're a little bit in their darker face like this one. But overall, some really nice, colorful examples of Suriname true red tails. And last but not least, I have some longtail or Longecotta Boas available. These are from Vin Russo's bloodline, and they're probably one of my smallest babies, but they put on some size since they were born. And you can see this one is what the babies look like. The adults, of course, look quite a bit different with much darker colors. They get their colors gradually over the first few years of their life, with every shed bringing slightly darker color. And there's a close-up shot of this cute little baby Longecotta Boa. Some of the babies in this Longecotta litter were born with kinked or bent tails, and this is actually one of them. So this guy has a kind of a slightly bent and kind of club-shaped tail. Let me give you a close-up so you can maybe see what I'm talking about. There's a close-up of his bent tail, and this guy's tail is a little bit shorter than normal. It's kind of truncated and kind of bent to the side, so it's pretty obvious when you look close up, and you can feel it as well. So for the animals that have these types of tail abnormalities, I'm going to be selling them at a discount. Animals like this guy, where you can see visibly the malformation, they're going to be at half price of the regular animals. And then I also have some animals with very, very slight tail kinks that you can't really see it, you can only feel it by feeling the tail. And those will be available at 2/3 of the regular price. With some of these ones with the very minor abnormalities, they may even clear up over time. But just want to sell them, make sure that everybody knows that these guys have these minor tail issues, and that they're not, perfect overall. Despite these minor issues, these animals will make perfectly decent pets, and the extent of the malformation is not such that it would have any impact on the life of the animal other than the cosmetic look. I don't recommend that these animals be bred though, and for that reason I'm going to sell them unsexed. So if you're looking for a nice pet quality longtail boa at a reduced price, one of these animals might be what you're looking for. And if you have any questions about any of the specific animals, let me know and I can better describe the tail abnormality, just so that you're familiar with the extent of it. Now that we've seen some representative examples of some of the babies, I wanted to show you the father of another litter. This is a longtail or Longecotta Boa. This is the father of some of the babies I showed you. And as you can see, this guy is quite a bit darker than the babies. Of course, these animals develop quite a bit of the dark coloration over time, getting a little bit darker with each shed. And this was his first litter. This guy is from Vin Russo's bloodline. So now I'm going to end by saying a little bit more about how you can acquire one of my boas. I have a Flickr page, and the link is in the description below this video. But if you go to my Flickr page, you can see albums of the different litters that are available. In the comments under each picture, there is information about the boas, the prices, etc. There's also some information at the top of the headings above each of the individual albums. So go check them out, browse, take a look at the babies. I also would like you to read my terms of sale if you're interested in dealing with me. I just outline all my business practices just so that you're completely aware of the buying arrangement and shipping and everything like that. So there's a link to my terms of sale also in the description under the video. So if you see a boa on the page that you like or are interested in learning about more, you can email me. My email is also located where else under the description to this video, right below this picture. And so check it out. Send me an email if you have any questions or would like to buy a boa, and I can answer the questions, give you more information, and hopefully help you make your decision. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're looking to acquire a boa, you might see something you like. Shoot me any questions or comments you might have. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your boas.